I think I would have to be Steven Gerrard, just because I was a Liverpool supporter, so yeah. The guy who scored the big game goals. Work in progress. Great idea. Meal in cinema. Work in progress. Liverpool. I am legend. Talking. Stephen McCain. I'd like to say cheetah, that I'm fat, you know. I would go for maybe a bull because of the saying bull in a china shop. My name's Andrew Ferguson. I'm living in Dundonald. 21 years of age, play for Dungannon Swifts. I've been playing there for the last year and a half or so. It's been good so far. Most of my life I grew up in a Christian background. Up to I was about maybe 9 or 10 years of age. None of my family were Christian, but then my dad came to faith, and really through him the rest of the family followed. And since then I've never really looked back. Well, it was one of the most amazing times in my life, to be honest with you. I've always wanted to do missionary work, but to use football in the mission field was a great opportunity. I was over there coaching kids in schools and getting a chance to share my faith with people from Malawi and also the kids, and just to bring God's love to a completely different culture was just amazing opportunity. The first coaching day we had, we brought out a football, and it was just mayhem. You know, hundreds of kids. It's as if they've never seen a football before. I think for a lot of them it was. You know, they were running about playing with small footballs made with sellotape, and it just really hit home of how fortunate we are, you know, in this part of the world. And for the opportunity for us to even let them play with proper footballs, it was just mind blowing. So it was. So I think the main reason I found it easier sharing my faith in Malawi was the fact that I didn't know anybody, and also that you know, then people don't judge you. You know, sometimes you're over here and maybe people, it's all about the outward appearance over here, I believe, where over there they basically have nothing. So it's about the people themselves, and you're not ashamed or you're not afraid of what they think. That's one of the hardest places I would find maybe to share my faith would be football. It's such a big part of my life, and you know, if things aren't maybe going well in my football as well as I like them to go, I find it harder to share my faith because I'm focusing on my football. But when I sort of look to God rather than football, I find it a lot easier to look for opportunities to tell the other guys about being a Christian. But even, for example, there's 5 of us travel in a car together to training and back from training, and even there, you know, I get small opportunities, and I just think it's over a time of building relationships and friendships with them. I can show them, you know, what God's done in my life and what He can do in their life. At first, I thought there was no way they'd want to talk about God or anything to do with Christian. You know, I always thought that would, you know, spook them out. But the more, as I say, the more I build relationships with them and our friendships grow, you realise that everybody wants to talk about God. You know, what I believe is there's this space in everybody, you know, that only God can fill, and for that there, I always find that they do open up. You know, it may take time to break down walls with them, but I believe that they all want to talk about God. I think sacrifice is a big thing. You know, you do have to sacrifice a lot. I believe, like even going to Malawi, you know, even though it's only maybe 2 weeks of your time, it's an intense time, and you do have to give a lot of yourself to it, physically and spiritually. So I just think maybe that side, you know, can be hard at times. You know, that you do have to sacrifice. Well, it's basically your whole life, you know. So I think that would be one of the most hardest things. Love. I think just to show people God's love. I wouldn't be the kind of guy to beat people with Bibles, as I say. I believe that if you show people God's love, you know, build relationships and friendships with them, and then if the opportunity comes, you know, you can share a bit of the gospel, but to show people God's love, I think is the most effective way. Personally, for myself, going out of my comfort zone. You know, there's a lot of times opportunities come my way and I maybe just pass them by and think, you know, I deserve a bit of a rest here or a bit of a break, but I think that I need to push myself out of our comfort zone. I think that's the case for a lot of people. And the more, I believe, you do push yourself out of your comfort zone, the more God will bless you and use you.